conversation with them on Thursday evening where this came up. We are looking at it very, very closely. We have a number of proposals that are working their way through the system, talking to various industry groups and renters associations, as well as looking at the provinces. The provinces have jurisdiction over rents and the relationship between landlords and tenants, so we need to work with them, which is what we are doing. We recognize there are very different realities and systems right across the country, but we also have heard very, very clearly from small business owners that the wage subsidy is helpful, but fixed costs are a real concern, and that is something that we're going to have more to say on soon.
Ian Wood, CTV News. Prime Minister, BC's seen some success flattening the curve and has indicated they might look at loosening restrictions. You've said it's too soon to be doing this, and meanwhile, provinces like Ontario and Quebec are still in the thick of it. Are you concerned a difference in messaging and measures will enable people to disregard what's in place now? And are you going to allow provinces to make the decision on reopening, or will the federal government need to give a green light?
I think Canadians understand that what we are doing now has been tough, but is essential on getting through this in the best possible way. And Canadians are also really worried that if we reopen too quickly or too soon or in the wrong way, we could find ourselves back in this situation a couple of months from now, and everything we will have sacrificed during these months will have been for naught. So we are being very, very careful in how we move forward as a country. I have spoken extensively with the premiers about this issue, and everyone recognizes how cautious and careful and vigilant we need to be. There is a real desire to ensure that we are coordinating our messages, our guidelines, the principles that will underline how we move forward. But of course, the situation is very different right across the country from one region to the next, and the measures that they will be able to move forward with at various moments will vary as well. That's going to be an important part of the recovery here. We need to make sure that we're working together as we have been in an unprecedented way between premiers and the federal government and municipalities and various other communities to make sure that we're doing the right kinds of things and that we're sending the right messages to Canadians every step of the way. But the message remains that we have to be extremely careful to do this the right way in a coordinated and collaborative way.
The Canadian meat industry is saying it is facing a crisis as processing plants have to close.
This is absolutely a priority, but so is arresting the spread of COVID-19. So is ensuring that workers in all industries across this country can remain safe. Getting that balance right requires us all to step up very carefully, because we need to make sure that, yes, we are continuing the flow of great Canadian food to people, and indeed we need to ensure that we have as much domestic food security and stability as we possibly can. And that means taking advantage of the summer months that are coming up and the growing season and the planting season now. At the same time, we have to make sure we are doing things that are keeping farmers, agricultural workers, producers and transformers safe. And that is what we're very, very much attentive to now.
Good morning, Prime Minister. Ashley Burke, CBC News. Harvard researchers have suggested that there needs to be at least 500,000 tests being done a day in the U.S. in order to safely reopen the economy. What is the specific number of tests that Canada needs to hit